socializing with the truck drivers on YouTube, you know. It's a quick thing. One, my laptop that I had, my old laptop, I was at a customer there a couple months ago, and right when I was getting ready to get back into videos, and I had my laptop sitting up on there, and I had a fresh pot of coffee on the floor, and went to move my truck to back in out in Idaho to get a load of potatoes. Backed my truck in, forgot my laptop was up there. The laptop fell down, hit the coffee pot. Coffee pot turned over. Just paid it off, man. Got it through errands. You know how that goes. Ended up paying like $1,200 for this laptop. Just got it paid off. Fried. But anyway, another thing is, you know, being out on the road here, and you know, with the data limits, keep me unable to keep up with the trucking community as far as you know, YouTube and stuff went. Well, I got 3 teenage daughters with cell phones and my wife all at home, so you know, you can imagine how that works. You know, it's costing me quite a bit of money just to maintain the data plan that I had. You know, my phone bill was like $550 a month, and so they're like, anyway, our Wi-Fi went out at home. It was down for like 2 weeks. So here a little while back, Verizon introduced that safety mode data plan where you get unlimited data, but you know, after a certain point you get cut way back and you can't watch videos and stuff anymore. So I was on that. Now of course I was on the safety mode and everything, and I had already added to my data a couple of times, so I was looking at over $600 phone bill. So I went to check into my Verizon app, and it wouldn't load because I needed to update, so I couldn't update because it was too slow. So I went into Pilot anyway, got free Wi-Fi, and updated it and come out and opened up the new Verizon, and it's like, we're now offering, you know, basically unlimited, unrestricted data for $110 a month. You know, stream all you want, everything. I was like, sweet. So I was like, yeah, I click on it. As soon as I clicked, when I clicked on it, and it went, and they took it back from January to now. It wiped away all those charges that I had built up for data, and took my phone bill down to like $420 a month. So, you know, here I am now. Got unlimited data and save money. So anyway, I can kind of get back involved with the trucking community here. So anyway, after all that introduction, what I wanted to, you know, talk about, you see this topic will come up every once in a while. Everybody, you know, I saw it the other day, somebody posted on Facebook here, you know, what happened to the CB radio? You know, what happened to the old days? Now, and of course the common response is always, well, it's just all these, you know, new drivers and just a bunch of trash on the radio, and people got tired of it and just don't use CB anymore, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I think there's some more logical explanation than that, because at least for me, when I started driving in 2002, and you know, from 2002 up to about 2007, you know, the radio for truckers, you know, was alive. I mean, you went by through any major city, major truck stop, you know, you'd have to turn it down for about 10 minutes because there's just so much nonsense going on. So that part I can understand, there was a lot of nonsense going on, but I don't think that led to people just not using the radio anymore, you know. And yeah, it never really bothered me anyway, because it's a CB. People just, a lot of times they're just goofing around or whatever. And sometimes it got vicious, you know, stupid, but if it did, I'd just turn it down for a while. Now, I do leave my CB on, and there is still quite a bit of, you know, once in a while, you know, you get into a conversation with somebody or something. Like right now here, we're in a traffic, in Chattanooga, and so there might be some chatter when the brakes come on, and everybody will know what's going on and whatnot. So anyway, but like I said, right about there, about 2007 is when everything started to seem with the radio started to change. So think about right about 2007, 2008 is when the rest of the world started becoming accessible to us as truck drivers, as far as Wi-Fi, the wireless internet, the laptop communications, smartphones and whatnot, all that. So what I think is what we've seen that has happened is a lot of the things, like there were three main things that you would use as your CB radio for. One was just for general socializing and just out of trying to stay awake and stuff, and as you know, of course, ever since about that time, social media has taken off. Alright, so if you need to socialize with people, you got all kinds of friends out there to socialize with and everything. Maybe not while you're driving, but just in general, there's a lot more social atmosphere for us. And then another thing would be, the weather. And say you really, if you wanted to know what the weather was, you'd ask somebody coming the other way, kind of get a heads up on what's going on, Well, now you got this, no shortage of weather data. I mean, I use this thing called Radar Express, which I think is not the most convenient, or you can bring up the weather channels and whatever, it's just, however you want to do it. There's no shortage of access to weather, so you don't need to really ask about that. Now, the last thing would be, that you would hear a lot of people say, hey, what's the scale house doing back there? Trying to get a little heads up on what the scales are doing, or DOT and stuff. Well, now we have Trucker Path, which is an extremely popular trucker app, and it is updated most of the time. Every way station is updated within every 15 to 30 minutes at the most, And from my experience, I mean, the Trucker Path is pretty much about 99% accurate. Every once in a while, somebody will throw in a false report, whether they're just being a smart ass or otherwise. Somebody will throw in a false report, which would usually, pretty quickly be overturned. So it's pretty much 99% accurate. You can count on and also on Trucker Path, you can go through and see the history. So you kind of build the history of each scale house for you, so kind of what to expect. Even like this is what time they're probably, start. This scale opens at 6 a.m. on Monday through Friday, and they're closed on the weekends and all day, It's all right there. So, basically the moral of the story is, I think technology has eliminated much of the need for the CB, whereas now the only really need for the CB is when you're in an immediate situation as a backup or something, to try to find out, what's going on. And we even have Google Maps now, to tell us about backups and stuff. But of course, I'll be meeting some new friends here and keeping you all up to date more now. I got pretty much wide open to do whatever I want.